Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and I want to say thank you to Crypto Bird Dog because she organized the ladies' night in the XRP Zoo, and that was really fun. The live stream, thanks to Bones and Kickboy, we got it off with just a little hitch, and it was very fun. So I think the XRP Zoo, if you've not discovered it, is one of those places where you're going to see it organically grow, and a lot of the special people and talent in the XRP community are going to have a chance to participate, and I think it's going to just increasingly get more fun. If you won some chocolate, be sure to give me your shipping address in the direct mail on Twitter, and I will put my Twitter handle in the comment section below in case you don't have that. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the Ripple and XRP ecosystem, because when we see this particular announcement that the SBIVC trade site is going to go into a live exchange format by the end of March, which is the Japanese fiscal year, business fiscal year, I think everybody's very excited. I'm very excited. I am sure Mr. Kitao is very excited. He's a super competitive individual. He loves to be number one. He wants to be number one. And I think with the launch of an in-kind trading format to the exchange format is going to give him the opportunity and the reason to put in place some very exciting campaigns to make it to that number one position. But I want everyone to remember that I don't believe in one silver bullet. So this is my point, and I want to just show you how complex, how many factors there are when it comes to having an impact on price. So I have listed just a few. If I have missed some, it's not because I don't think they're important. It's just that these really came to mind as being some of the important factors and the things that we see in the media in terms of announcements and headlines. So XRP is being used for cross-border remittances. We know that it works. We know that it's valuable. And the company, Ripple, is laser focused on adding new banks and financial services. And I don't doubt that we are going to see the announcement of officially 200 go like that hockey stick I talked about in yesterday's video, because they are getting some real traction now. The retail investors, well, I think it will increase when we see a little bit more price action happen within the whole system of the cryptocurrency. So even though we're not tied to the hip anymore as we were in 2017 or 2018 with Bitcoin, still Bitcoin has been soft in pricing, and that softness has kind of dampened the interest. So we need to have new, fresh retail investors. And I think that once some of the rails and funds and the pieces that are coming, the pieces of the puzzle that are being put together on the institutional side, I think it's going to change very soon. The institutional investors, they have been busy this last 12 months. So that is one piece of the puzzle that I think is super exciting, and they have not slowed down at all, even though the pricing has been soft as of late. Crypto funds tokenization, I'm just using Arrington XRP Capital Fund as an example, and of course we have Fidelity that is going to launch. They are going to add 4 or 5 of the top coins by market cap. You have places that you can actually park your XRP and get interest paid back to you. And you have the Ivy League universities like Yale, Princeton, and Harvard that are betting on cryptocurrency funds on a long-term return of investment. And I think this will continue to grow. The XRP is used as a currency. Wow. XRP Tipbot, this is one of the best micro payment options you have to spread a little XRP around. Coil, I have great hopes for Coil. You can do the monetization of blogs, YouTube channels, and also on Twitch. Lobbyists, even the lobbyists that are working in Washington right now for Ripple, 10,000 XRP are paid to them in addition to their retainer every month. So it is definitely being used as a currency. CoinGate just added XRP as an option of payment to 4,500 online retailers. And you have Omni, which actually came out of Spring, where you can get paid also in XRP. The applications built on RippleNet technology that use XRP, one of the biggest ones that I'm excited about is MoneyTap. That is being launched here in Japan, and it's going to roll out into the 61 bank consortium. And according to Mr. Kitao, he says that it has absolute global possibilities. Then Spring, we have the University Blockchain Research Initiative. I want to talk about that. That's why it's in pink, because there is some news that came out today. We are also looking at XRP breaking into the music industry. And Mr. Brad Garlinghouse just let us know that there are some gaming projects that look very interesting. As a matter of fact, in Spring on the website, they say that they are vetting hundreds of projects. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes. And then, of course, the decoupling from Bitcoin. We have seen a tremendous amount of fiat pairing. And again, there is a new announcement today. And partnerships. The partnerships are, I've seen articles that say that those partnerships are up in the hundreds. So most recently, a big one was with R3. Of course, Earthport is important because they were just Visa tried to acquire them, but actually MasterCard came in and outbid them. And then CZ of Binance announced yesterday that he really wants to use XRP in the future. And then we have another partner of Ripple that had an announcement today that we'll look at. And we have other areas that haven't even been tapped into yet. One of them is FX Trade. And then I have this little question mark because there are many projects in the works. Okay, so I am going to now just go to some of the new headlines that fall within that entire ecosystem. The first one is on the Business Wire. We learned that there are new universities in the Blockchain Research Initiative, and they have been added as of today. It supports actually 29 partners to further accelerate the academic research, technical development, and innovation of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and digital payments. So this is where those new innovative ideas come from. And look at the list of these schools: Carnegie Mellon, Cornell, Duke, Georgetown, University of Kansas, University of Michigan, Morgan State University, National University of Singapore, Northeastern University, University of Sao Paulo, and the Institute of FinTech Research in China. This is an amazing list of universities that will be using new ways to look at how to utilize the XRP ledger and the digital asset XRP. And then we have a new exchange in Brazil. They announced that on BitcoinTrade, they have added XRP. And yeah, they use the Ripple logo, but we know what they're trying to say. Here you see that it's been paired with the Brazilian real. So that is another example of the decoupling. And then last we have Kyriba, and they surpassed 110 million in revenue this year. They anticipate 40% growth. They are a Ripple partner, and they are a global leader in cloud treasury and finance solutions. So this is one of those partners that is gaining some real traction. And here you can see that the Ripple Labs are part of that growth as well, because they're partnering with them. So anyway, that is just my point, is that it's not just one silver bullet to bring us to the point, but this whole ecosystem has to be supported, and it has to grow in a very balanced way. And we will see, eventually, we will see the value translate into price. Okay, I'm going to go into the fluff, and I kind of stayed with the theme of ecosystem. So Japan has a very rare cat. It's very rare. As a matter of fact, there's only about 100 adult cats in existence, and they are called the Iriomote neko, or cat, and they live on an island down in the south part of this Okinawan chain, very close to Taiwan, you can see right here. And they are one of the rarest wild cats in the world. As a matter of fact, this island is the smallest habitat for any wild cat species to live. And if you look closely, they have some very unique markings. They have rounded ears with the 5 to 7 stripes on the head. Look at that tail. And on the backside of their ears is a white spot. So they're indigenous to this kind of subtropical evergreen forested area. They're very good at climbing trees. They're nocturnal. They were only discovered in 1965, and they are on the critically endangered list. I think with the 100 adults and the babies, they estimate the whole population at about 250. And you can see that they do post signs in areas that they are seen, and for cars to be careful. And in addition to just the signs, they also add these zebra zones, which make a lot of noise as the tires cross over, to kind of scare them away from the road so that they don't get hit. The people of the island have also made tunnels underneath the roads so that they can cross without having to go on the surface, but can cross underneath in the tunnels. So I just hope that they continue to protect this species, and it can, regain its original numbers. So they're very interesting, very rare, so incredibly difficult to actually film, because they usually only become active at night. Anyway, they are something very special down in that island. So the Iriomote neko. All right, everybody. So the fine balance of ecosystem. Let's just take care of it. Okay, everybody. That's all I have for you today. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.